Hello, it's the next day. I've taken out the slim panel that was at the end and I've marked off where I want to cut that panel there. It should just come part way over that piece of wood there that's on the end. Could do with one of them, multi-reciprocating tools to take the end off a piece of wood up there. You can tell why my channel isn't a wood butchery channel, can't you? Yeah, let's see if we can get that piece of panel in place then. I think those two pieces that come across the roof will be okay as they are. I think this these shelves must have belonged to like a newsagent's warehouse or something, because they must have had like greetings cards, birthday cards, because it's got fathers there, 25p wife, 25p husband, and it says Paddy Day there, St. Patrick's Day. Oh dear. I lied, that piece of wood needs trimming back. I think I need to just jack up the roof a little bit. It's not quite parallel, but I think the roof must be a little bit high at that end. You know, compared to how it is, but I don't think that's too bad really. I think it looks, I think overall it looks a lot tidier than it was. Yeah, so I'll start just getting that fixed in place, and then I'll see what I need to do, just maybe fill in that little gap at the top. Okay, anyway, I know it's only roughed in, but that's the general idea, and I think it looks quite tidy, to be honest. Sorry about the sun. This all needs digging away. Yeah, I think that's come out quite well, to be honest, for, you know, 3 fence panels. Probably just over about 100 quid, something like that. Probably more now. I bought these a couple of months ago. Okay, righto. I will now proceed to kind of get things squared away, get things aligned as best as I can, get things where I want them, and get everything screwed in. Okay, righto. As always, I'll bring you back when there's more to show. Cheers then. Hello. I'm just walking up this little mound here. Right, that's like my little access port. There's the 3 panels in place, trimmed off at this end. They're fixed in place in a sort of a rudimentary way. I need to kind of move some shelves and things to quite finish it, but that's good enough for now. I need to come back and put something just along the bottom. Either that or just leave it exactly like it is. Not sure. There's a pile of wood that I've moved down there, because what I'm going to do is lift that middle fence panel and take it all through to my side. Okay, right. I've tried not to leave any bits of wood, so, you know, trying to be a good neighbour. Okay, righto. I will get this all through to the other side, and then I'll put the truck in the back garden, and I'll put all this stuff in the back of the truck. Okay, and I'll book myself a place at the tip. Righto, I'll bring it back when there's more to show. But that is more or less it, because to do any more I've got to do lots and lots of tidying up. And you can see that the roof stays pretty parallel till about 5 foot from this end, then it kind of curves up very slightly. It's very difficult for me to try and lower this end of the roof to match. I might try and do it, but I think it's probably best to leave it undisturbed, because in there, this is the, I haven't got my lights on, this is the end of the old shed, you see, and it isn't cut low enough at the top to allow the roof to come down any further. Plus this piece here would need to be cut. I need to nail these as well. So that's it for now, other than a few little finishing touches. So I think it looks a lot tidier, and I saw my neighbour earlier and she said it looks a lot tidier as well, so she's quite pleased. Okay, righto, if there's any more to show, you'll be the first to see it. Catch you later, bye. Hello, I just wanted to show that I've managed to get the end of this roof a little bit lower here, so it fits nice and parallel all along now. That satisfies my OCD, that everything has to look nice and straight. Yeah, it took quite a bit of wood butchery on the inside there. I did that last night, and then I've just screwed everything in place, and I put some screws down that edge there to just secure the boards. Righto, back in a bit. Hello. As far as I'm concerned, that's the finished job. for the repair to the what I call the side shed. I call that the side shed because it's a little shed at the side of the garage. 3 6-foot panels with about 4 inches trimmed off the end, and well, that's it really. Got rid of all the old rotten wood. I'm a little bit concerned about the floor down here, but it's only used for storage, so it isn't really a problem. And knowing that it's weak in that area, I can, you know, pick and choose where I care to put in that area, so it's nothing too heavy. I might do a rearrangement of the insides, but I'll treat that as a separate job. My main concern was to just make this weatherproof and stop having to come through to next door. I decided not to do anything too fancy at the bottom, and what I've done is I've just took the old fence posts, trimmed them to length, cut off the rotten bits, and just laid them along the bottom there, just to stop any dirt and stuff going underneath. You'll never make it completely sort of rodent proof, but as long as there's no food or anything in there, you know, they don't tend to bother or don't tend to cause much damage, or it ain't normally a problem. So there we go, that's the finished job. I was pleased that I was able to get the roof a little bit lower at this end, and I'm pleased that I've been able to do the job in relatively short time. I've got a lot of tidying up to do, and what this job has alerted me to is that I've got a lot of, well, stuff that I don't need. So there's a bit of sorting out to be done. Okay, I just felt a spot of rain, so I thought I'd come out quickly and do this little bit of roundup footage. Okay. There's the old Ford V8 truck, and I'll just go parked there because I brought all the wood through from next door, got it here, and I've put it all in the back. I've had to cut some of the pieces to length just to fit it in. I've booked a slot at the tip, but when I spoke to Jeff yesterday, he said he'll take the wood because he can burn it in his wood burner. So I'm just going to give him a ring in a minute and see if he'll take it. If he can, I'll just drop it around there. If he can't, I'll take it to the tip. If he can take it, I can cancel my tip booking. I've just saved a few little bits of wood there just for filling in jobs. Okay, so that's the end of the job there. All that junk wood being got rid of in the old Ford V8. Righto, thanks very much for joining me in the garage then. A little bit of shed work. Everybody loves a shed, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed the footage. Okay, thanks very much then. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye. Hello, it's a few days later and I dug away some of this stuff that had built up here. It's just like twigs and leaves. I put a bit of sacrificial treated timber along there on some bricks. And here where it's a bit, oh hello, there's a little bird there. Here where it's a bit deeper, and in fact the soil's beginning to fall back against it already, I put some slabs there. But there is like an air gap between the shed and the slab near the bottom, so there is some chance for air to circulate. And if this all gets built up, hello little robin, so if this sort of gets built up, which it will do, you know, with all the acorns and things falling down, hopefully it oughtn't to get to the wood. At some point the wood will need replacing, but this shed is probably about 60 years old. You can tell by the sort of size of the whiny edge boards on it. This shed was at my brother's house when he bought it, when he bought that house, and that was probably about 35 years ago. And I had it off him, and it was second hand then. So anyway, that's my half-hearted attempt to at least try and preserve what's here. And I trimmed some of the branches away as well there that were rubbing on it and making it damp. But at least this looks a little bit more ship-shape, doesn't it? It looks a bit more business-like. Okay, thank you very much for joining along then in Mart's Shed Repairs. Take care, and I'll catch you on the next one. Hello, I thought I would just show a quick view of the side shed after I've put everything back into it. You can see the panels best I suppose here. These are the panels there. I went along the floor and put some wood along the bottom to fill in the gaps. I reinstated my rack for the grinders. I reinstated the points where I can plug in the grinders. I did my little charging station here for the 2 electric drills, and some plugs, some more plugs there. This is just extension lead onto extension lead, it's not all wired in or anything. These feed the 2 grinders there. Got my big vise here. What I just did, I did a brace there, that tubular brace to the legs, and that firms that up quite well actually, that whole thing. The press is back in place, the shelves are back in place, full of stuff, wheels and inner tubes, radiators, hood tops, petrol tank, gas cylinders for the MIG welder, nothing explosive, a can of thinners, another radiator. All this side is completely untouched, and this hasn't been cleaned at all. I put my axle stands there, and I just got that board leading there to stop the wires getting tangled up in the axle stand. I cleaned out this area here, put some things here, some oil pans and things. Yeah, so it's looking a lot better. I had a little bit of a sort out and moved some things around, but basically everything that came out has gone back in, but I have thrown some things away. These shelves here are all in a real disarray, but I have cleaned the floor, swept the floor and tried to make it a bit better. That half of paving slab's got to go outside. So there we are, that's the conclusion of my shed rework, with a little, you can see where I've you know, put little brackets on and things to hold it all together. It's okay. I mean, it's been really raining heavy today, and although I suspect there might be a little drip somewhere here, I'm not sure. I haven't actually seen it drip at the moment, so fingers crossed it's okay. This is the most important thing in a garage or workshop, and that is to have an area that you don't mind getting dirty. There's nothing here that will deteriorate from getting dirty. You know, this creates dirt, this creates dirt, this creates dirt. These will create a lot of mess in this area here. That's again partially why I put that board there, to just deflect it all to an area where it's easy to sweep up. So there you go, there's this side shed, all nice and weatherproof. Hopefully that will not suffer from rot, you know, for another good many years. Okay, as I say, it's all a little bit ramshackle, but it serves a purpose, and that purpose is freeing up space in the garage. Yep, this needs a tidy up as well. Look at it, Okay. You have to be in a certain frame of mind to tidy up, don't you? It's a frame of mind that I don't get into very often. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this little job on the shed. You know, we all like to make our little dens, don't we? Our little hidey holes, and it's very useful to have an area like this. Okay, thanks for joining me then while I did this little bit of remedial work. Thanks for joining me in the garage once more. Cheers then. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.